let's start, Alvaro, with you. You had a tremendous year last year specifically. I read your book called Level Up, and right? Many fans of Level Up here? Woo! Level up the volume.
There we go. Now we're talking.
And it was an amazing read for me how within 1 year you got into real estate business, you got very athletic, healthy, and you wrote a book. So you set all those goals, shared them with your community, and just made it all happen. How did you do it? How within 12 months you had such an incredible transformation? And what was the role of your community in this journey?
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm thrilled to be with all of you. And I think that a lot of us have heard of that. It took me, or it took all of you 10 years for that overnight success. It's not just a matter of 1 year, it's not a matter of 1 month. It's about consistently doing something for many years with a clear vision of where you're going. And when it comes to social media, since this is the panel about, I was going to say that social media has definitely helped to expedite the process, because if you showcase what you're doing every single day through that journey, you're going to start attracting the same type of people that are going to help you move forward. So you can build a really strong community on social media to expedite your process. So that's one of the things that I will say I've been putting a lot of effort in, which is showcasing what this journey is all about, with the book, with the conferences, with the real estate, with the challenges on sports. So it's all about really breadcrumbing, showing little pieces of your day and staying accountable for what you're saying that you want to do. So, well, let's give it a round of applause to Maya, who joined us a little bit here.
Welcome, Maya.
How are you?
Sorry, guys. You know what? I actually left an hour ago, but it's so congested. So, anyways,
Welcome to Miami.
what did I miss? What did I miss?
We just started.
We're just leveling up here, Maya.
Well, thank you so much once again, all of you, to be here on this stage. I'm sure people are so hungry for the knowledge from you. So, Maya, do you want to take a breath, or are you ready to go?
No, it's okay. I just put myself that I'm out of shape walking from the parking lot here. Anyways, yeah, what's...
Yes. So the question for you would be, let's start with the background. How did you get, so you have over 1 million followers on Instagram.
In the last 3 weeks, I actually probably lost 30,000, but that's a whole different subject.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It just shows, thank you. Yes, so I have about 1.3 followers, but obviously Selling Sunset is the reason.
Yeah. And that was my question.
Yeah.
How did you get on Netflix?
So, yeah, Netflix. I was always licensed agents with the Oppenheim Group in Los Angeles. Me and the other girls, actually, because everybody thinks we got casted for the show, but everybody are licensed. Jason did a nice billboard. Jason is my broker. He did a billboard. He placed it on Sunset Plaza. It's a main road in LA. And the producer drove by, and he saw the girls and the guys. And he said, this could be a cool idea for a show. And he pitched Jason. Jason at first rejected the idea. He, was consistent, pitched it again, and then we start shooting. We decided to shoot the demo. It was me and the other girls and the guys, Jason and Brett, and that's how it started. But I will say that they were trying to pitch the show to Bravo and E, and they both declined Selling Sunset, and Netflix picked it up. And yeah, we was very successful. And now everybody wants to be in selling, trying to do Selling Sunset, like other brokerages, other companies. But yeah.
Well, that's a great testament for you that you took on to this opportunity, this journey, and eventually it became so successful. Scott, you also have over 1 million followers. And I love your motivational posts, and they really help people to get to the next stage in their lives. You interview a lot of successful people, entrepreneurs. How do you think we should use Instagram to grow the audience?
So I think that a few things. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. An awesome panel and an awesome event so far. And I hopefully you're getting over that post-lunch coma and you can pay attention, take some notes. Good panel. I think that Instagram is important. I think that creating content should be looked at not just through Instagram, though, because I don't want people to walk away from this and just think they killed it on Instagram and I haven't really figured it out, so I'm going to give up. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I think what you should do when you go on your content creation, personal branding journey, it has to be authentic to you, not just in the content you create, but the medium you choose to deliver that message. So growing Instagram is great. And if you find a way to grow whatever message you're trying to put out on Instagram, it really works. For me, I'm interviewing founder of Reebok, founder of Nike, founder of Waze. I'm interviewing huge people and I can tap into their audiences. It's a little bit harder for somebody that doesn't have that access or those faces showing up on their feed. But maybe the way you want to communicate is through podcast. I also do that. Maybe you like being in front of a camera. Maybe you like writing. Whatever it is, whatever your strength is, triple down on that. Because whatever your strength is, that's a great way to start creating content, getting into the rhythm, building an audience that way. And you can still have a huge newsletter that's driving tons of revenue, tons of leads, whatever it is. So I don't want you to look at the shiny object and just say, that's not for me, I'm not going to do anything. Focus on content creation, community building, leaning into your strengths. That's where you win. That's where you get started.
And speaking of interviews, I have a question for Oscar. How many here think like when you have 1 million followers, so it's easy for you to speak, right? We have like 2,000, 5,000, 10. How many of you have less than 10,000? Right? Many of us have, I have, I think, 6 or 7. So it's very, very easy for us to think, oh, it's doable for you. You get to the speed, you found your niche, so the followers now are getting added organically. You probably don't even have to try hard. But here we have an amazing example. I think you have 40,000 followers.
Under 30,
30,
under 37, yeah.
something, yeah. And I think you found this niche with interviews, and you don't have to have access to those famous founders or entrepreneurs to get started. So please share, how did you get your, I don't know, latest 10,000 followers?
Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity with this amazing panel and all the amazing speakers that we had today. Well, yes, I can say that I'm in the battleground and work in the day-to-day basis using the social media as a tool, because that is what it is. It's a great tool that we all have, we all use it, but now we're implementing it into our businesses. So for me, the thing is that I see a lot of noise. We see a lot of noise on social media. So for us is to find your own voice and show your personality through what you want to do. So it doesn't matter what are your interests. If you like food, if you like travel, you can merge that with your business and find your community, because you're not gonna be liked by everyone and vice versa. So once you find your own voice and keep trying to until you find it, because one of the things is at the beginning we think a lot into how to start, and you see yourself in a magnifying glass where you see every single defect. So the thing is your first videos, your first products, it's not going to be great, it's not going to be the best, but you're going to keep learning from it, and it's a long-term journey because it's going to be for a career.
And you just went out on the streets and started interviewing people?
Yes, I went to the streets and I went interviewing people, and at first you get a lot of rejections, so that's something that you don't see on camera. So you might feel like, okay, people are
What
not
did you
liking,
ask
so
them?
I will ask them like, I will go to a specific neighborhood in Miami and I will ask them what are their favorite things about the neighborhood, if they're own or if they buy. But I'll try to make it amicable and for a broader audience, and that opened doors for me to
Yeah.
talk with those people that live in the area as well. So they give me
Exactly.
business.
And this makes you different, right? You have a different approach. Maya, how do we overcome this fear and be authentic? Because the majority of real estate accounts that I'm seeing, they just all post about listings. Here's new listing, here's new open house.
And no one care, by the way. Let me tell you, the engagement on my real estate is so low compared to personal stuff. look, for people who do real estate or any other sales or any other type, it's okay to post and promote because you do want to remind people on what you're doing and you don't know who is watching you, where is the lead can come from. But don't be afraid to be yourself and be authentic because that's how people can connect with you. So I always post. Well, recently I posted different things, which I will suggest avoid politics, avoid unless it's really close to your heart, because you can never win. But I will say, yeah, post about your dog, about your kids, about your food that you like to eat. I think it's very important because that's how people connect with you. So I have my business account with my real estate, which is it has decent followers actually, almost 60,000, but it's boring. It's like, oh, just listed, just sold, and I'm going to try to bring some interesting stuff to that account, but my personal stuff is definitely more like this is who I am. I don't try to pretend I'm someone else, and I'm just being myself. If people like it, great. If they don't, what can I do? We can make everybody happy. I will want to say, look, I mean, I have the followers because of Selling Sunset, and it grew over every season. It grew more and more. I will say, oh, it's easier for me to say that I have all these followers, but I want to give an example from this guy. He was licensed, still licensed with the O Group, and you might know him from YouTube. His name is Graham Stefan. He's a good friend of mine. He has an amazing YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers. He makes a ton of money and basically talks about how to save money, how to invest in credit cards, and just kind of like millennial financial stuff. And he's very consistent. And he started with like very little viewers and little by little. And it's a time, and it takes time, and it's consistency, and it's a process.
Fantastic. Alvaro, do you get any real estate deals through your Instagram? Does it help you to grow business? I know you're probably selling your books, but how about real estate?
100%. I mean, it's a lead generator at the end of the day, and you're building a community online, so you're able to reach to a broader audience and also decide what's your niche market. Like if Scott is saying about tapping into certain individuals where you can broaden through that audience, Maya just said, I can reach out right now to really successful real estate professionals from all around the world that focus on luxury real estate, that tap into that same type of clientele, that have that audience, and start building those relationships, whether it is through podcasts, whether it is collaborations. But there is one thing that for sure will happen, and it's not overnight, is the consistency. It's about keeping putting the content out there, keeping outreaching every day. You are one DM away from building a relationship that can change your entire career. My first big deal, it happened because it was referred from a broker that was overseas, and that just builds momentum. So don't be afraid to reach out to people, and people are going to be most likely to engage with you back if they see something that you've been posting over time, whether it's about the real estate or something that they might connect on a deeper level. So what Maya said, it also makes total sense. Focus on your lifestyle in a way that you're posting things that you're passionate about. You're passionate about skydiving like myself, post about skydiving. You're passionate about going and walk the dog, post about that as well, because there will be people out there that will connect way more on that than on the houses that you're selling or listing. And there is one thing that I want to make sure that everybody in here keeps in mind, and it's about getting started. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of not getting enough engagement. Don't be afraid of not getting the responses when you send a DM. Keep doing it, because eventually it's going to start taking off. And one thing that you can always look into your mirror and check every day is your energy levels. If your energy levels are low, people are not going to connect with you. The energy is the current currency for personal and professional success. And I want to remind you that, because the energy right now is that current currency for personal and professional success. If I walk into any room or I'm in front of a camera and I'm just like, hi, Scott, how are you? Nice to meet you. Even in a camera, hi, guys, I'm here in my listing. Or I am, hey, what's going on, Pina? I'm good. Well, she's very, she's very sweet. She's very sweet.
That's the action.
But I'm gonna leave a long-lasting. I don't need my phone, but I will leave a long-lasting impression. People are gonna be like, "Holy shit, what's happening?" And you wanna always have that high energy. So get started.
Now everybody woke up. Yes. I will have one question now, and then I'd like to get a question from the audience. So get ready. If somebody has a question, please come over so I give you a mic. Scott, which system you would recommend for the folks to use if they're really into growing their Instagram community?
Okay, so let's nerd out for a second Systems are very important. Systems allow me to put out across everything, I would say 100 pieces of content per day. And that's reels, that's long form video, long form audio, it could be tweets, it could be whatever. So to have that system in place, you have to have, I like to call it pillar content, that long form content that can be turned into everything else. I'm just going to very briefly walk through my process because these are all the tools that I use. This is a system that works for me. Why do I do a podcast, audio, video? Because I can take it, all the derivative content. I have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces. This is not a new system that I invented. I mean, Gary Vee does this shit. Alex Ramosi does it. They all do this, right? They have that pillar content. They break it down. So podcast record, YouTube, audio. Take that. Obviously, you throw it up on YouTube and your podcast. It could be Libsyn, Megaphone, whatever. Then I use Opus.pro. That's an AI tool that transcribes the podcast. Basically auto creates these short little reels. All the reels on my Instagram right now are auto created via AI, and then there's subtitles put on top of them. I transcribe the podcast with otter.ai. That gets turned into a newsletter that goes out. I have about 320,000 on the newsletter list. And then I can take that transcription, look for those, key sentences, 2 sentences. That's a tweet. That's a nice little graphic that goes up on Facebook, whatever it is. But
I love those, by the way.
thank you, I appreciate it. But the point is, you need this system in place because you'll hear this a lot, right? Like your performance always falls to the level of your systems or your preparation, but I say they're one and the same. So I think that
Energy and systems.
energy and systems, man, you get
That's
energy
right.
and systems.
Let's go.
You're living a good life. You get energy and systems dialed in every single day.
Plus
So
AI.
plus, yeah, AI helps a little bit too, but AI just makes you superhuman, right? So now, as if I was a solo creator, I had no team, and now I do. But if I was a solo creator, I could do everything that. If you go on my social, you'll see all the stuff I put out every single day. That could be done by one person with maybe 6 to 8 hours of extra time during the week. Not saying it's easy, but it's possible to put out that much with the tools we have, with the systems that I've built. So a few different pieces of tech. You asked about Instagram in particular, but Instagram is short form video first. I think that's very important. A lot of platforms optimize for short form video. Obviously, sort of TikTok led the way, and now Instagram and YouTube Shorts and whatnot. So have a system that creates that short form video that puts your face in front of your audience. This is my system that allows me to do it every single day.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Scott, for the advice. I hope you wrote down. Come over, please, here so I can give you my mic.
Buenas, mi nombre es Pina, and Pina, I want to really congratulate all of you, especially Álvaro, because
all of us.
he for me is such a young age and showing all of us that you can have the discipline, the perseverance. He's like the Messi of real estate. Vamos!
Vamos, I like that one.
And he has the ethics. He has everything that we should. I mean, I am like the princess. We should, for our team, we should all look at. He's showing that we have to have consistency in everything in life. Taking care of the body, taking care of the mind, taking care of the spirit, and taking care of the clients. So Alvaro, thank you so much because you are opening a new way.
Thank you.
And really, I am blessed, and we are all blessed to have you here. A big applause for Alvaro, please.
For
Continue.
all of us.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comment.
Let's see, it was the.
Did you pay her?
See the energy, long-lasting impression. See, it made her stand up and say something nice.
Hi guys, thank you for being here. Lots of great information. My name is Maritza Garcia, and my question is, what would you say to someone that's wanting to break into the luxury market? How would you build a brand around that, and how do you kind of break through to that?
Hang out with her.
I like everything in life, and I love that you said consistency. It takes time. I started in LA, and frankly, I will say yes, I have the show here, but I'm starting newer in Miami, so I'm starting to build my brand. So for me, the branding and logo was very important. Classic color, simple, chic. So that's for branding. As far as like the luxury market, you just have to work your way up. I didn't expect to move to Miami and sell immediately like $5 million house or whatever, or $3 million and up. It takes time. In LA, I will say I did a lot of open houses in expensive locations. I think it's great to meet clients. You want to do a lot of networking, and it's not necessarily sometimes what you know, it's who you know. So a lot of networking, and again, it's a process. It's not. I didn't start in real estate and selling like expensive houses. I sold a lot, and even in Miami, I still sell condo in Brickell. I don't discard those transactions because you never know where the referral will come from. And I will say for social media, post videos of like nice houses so people will associate with you with luxury and just look and basically your image. It's very important as well. But again, consistency, like everything in life, it takes time.
Thank you.
Can I give one?
Yes.
Can I give one just very, very quick? If you're trying to basically get into the right rooms, just a general networking piece of advice, individuals that are selling luxury homes, everybody's asking things of them all the time. They've succeeded in some degree in their life, and they probably have, some wealth, and people are always trying to get from them. Give to them. Give to them all the time. No asks. Show up and just be there. Listen. And I think that's helped me in my networking. Being, new to Miami, I just show up in the right rooms, and I'm not asking anything, and I'm not selling anything, and that makes people comfortable with you and trust you. And it's not like you're trying to trick them into buying later or working with you later. You're actually building a real relationship, as opposed to what happens sometimes is it's just transactional, and people think just transactional. So I think you do that for long enough, you have a pretty good network that could let you move into that market.
That's a
I
great
agree
tip.
with you, by the way.
100%.
Great
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Building a relationship authentically. Come over, Lucy. It's really important on not even on social media, but overall. Lucy, last question from you.
Thank you, Natalia. Hi, I'm Lucy Edwards. I'm with Metaport, and what I do, I interview leaders in real estate industry. I had a pleasure to interview Ron Sheffield. He just left, but I have great content, and my YouTube channel needs help for more subscribers. Please subscribe to youtube.com/Lucy Edwards VHT.
Woo!
And
Go
what
for it.
advice would you give me? Thank you.
Listen, great what you just did.
That's the best question you could have asked.
Everything. No, but listen, I love what you just did right there. Congratulations of taking the courage to do that. And also the question is very good, because sometimes you don't need to take those little steps until you finally build an audience over time. Start doing what's called, we're talking about, the OPAs, other people audiences. Who are the ones that already have built that audience? How can you add value? How can you do that tandem to do collaborations with these individuals? So that audience will all of a sudden start also following yourself. She just mentioned somebody that does amazing YouTube videos that has nothing to do with real estate. Maybe you come as the real estate person, and that's how you start building a great audience, and your channel will blow up. I mean, you can also come into more conferences and shoot it out.
Nobody builds anything alone. Nobody who you know has built anything alone either.
I mean, I'm starting. I'm late to the game with YouTube. I just started my YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, and I only have 230 followers. So you think for my Instagram of 1.3, I know I'll follow. I will have like million in YouTube like in no day. But it's also for me, it's a process with YouTube, and I'm trying to test. Okay, what's going to catch, the eye? And if you look at Gary V, we spoke about Gary V. If you look at his viewers in the beginning when he started, he had very low viewers in his videos, and obviously, like, it takes time, like everything in life. Rome wasn't built in one day, and neither real estate and a YouTube influencer gig. It's all about consistency.
Just one little thing that I will suggest to keep in mind. When you add that passion element into anything you do, you're going to enjoy the process, because you will give up if you don't add that passion element. So add into whatever you're building something that you love doing regardless, and just share it as it's part of your life.
How about we all find the hashtag Propy Summit, which I encourage you to share with your post today, and you follow all the people that post anything from the summit, and they will follow you back. Okay?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
dear
Appreciate it.
speakers.